I know some of you don't know much about the Maria Holder Memorial Trust. We're relatively new here in Dominica, although I'm not new to Dominica. And that story about Dame Eugenia Charles and her broken leg, I will show you how long I've been coming, because when I first came here, and I was to meet her in the ministry buildings, and she had broken her leg, and I couldn't, and I had to be taken to her house, and I can't remember where it was, but that was my first visit, and I remember sitting with her, and she had her foot up in a cast. That was a long time ago. So that just shows you how long I've been coming to Dominica. I used to work for the British government. That was my earlier role. But the Maria Holder Memorial Trust, we're a charity. We're based in Barbados, as Miss Alexander said, and we do our main work in Barbados, but we are beginning to do work in other countries, and we work in Antigua, Grenada, St. Vincent, the BVI, and Dominica. We first came into Dominica as the trust after Tropical Storm Erica, and we did a help project through the Red Cross, providing emergency assistance after that, which was lighting and mattresses and that sort of thing. And since then, we've developed our partnership both with the government in Dominica and with Lifeline Ministries. We did the NGO project after the hurricane, which helped 43 NGOs, set back up with computers and office equipment, etc. And I think that was a really useful project, because people forget how important the NGO sector is in countries and how much work they do. We've also done some small projects in the Kalinago territory, and now this project with the DAPD. But our signature project in Dominica at the moment is our schools project, and I just want to mention that because I'm really excited about that. And this is we had started to discuss this project before Hurricane Maria, and what we were planning to do was to improve access to early childhood education in Dominica, which is one of the key things we do in Barbados and in the other islands. And obviously Hurricane Maria came, and we had to look differently at that. So our board was very pleased to extend the project to include refurbishment as well as new build. So we've been are working in 6 schools at Bells, Concord, Warner, Trafalgar, Roseau, and Wotton Waven, which will start soon. And I'm very excited about those projects. We've done refurbishment of existing buildings and building new pre-K facilities at those centres. So that's a little bit about what we're doing here in Dominica. As I said, I'm really pleased to be here. I'd like to congratulate DAPD on their 35th anniversary. 35 years of development, advocacy, perseverance, and determination. And that's what gets you to the things that you've been able to achieve. This project, as I said, Rochelle Roach was the project manager for this, and she sent a few words that she asked me to read to you all. So I will do that. The Maria Holder Memorial Trust is pleased to have partnered with the Dominica Association for Persons with Disabilities in this initiative. We heard the first appeals from Mrs. Tina Alexander for a dial-a-ride service in Dominica and the need for DAPD to also replace their bus. It is through this partnership that the proposal came about, and the Maria Holder Memorial Trust is pleased to be able to hand over the bus this morning. And it looks, I haven't had a look at it yet, but it looks very nice. We started this process, again, before Hurricane Maria, and had to put the ordering of the bus on hold until we knew that everything had started to settle and that DAPD was in a position to receive the bus and have it operational. Students with disabilities should not be disadvantaged from accessing an education because of their physical challenges. of not being able to get to school or their classes or worry about how they return home. The bus will also be able to provide transportation to other people in programs who require transportations because of the time they may want to get home. Trying to return home at late hours often puts people in vulnerable positions, especially women and girls. And again, Mrs. Alexander talked a little bit about that. We at the Maria Holder Memorial Trust understand your challenges and the need at this time. We were hoping to make this donation of the new bus sooner, but everything happens in its time. That's Rochelle's words. We hope that with the bus on the road, that we are making a contribution to the members of the community who will utilise it, and that it will have the impact that we at the Maria Holder Memorial Trust desire to see. I want to thank all those who have contributed towards this process, and also to thank the representatives of the team at Team Leyland, the Butchers of Leyland bus, for providing additional parts for the vehicle as part of their contribution. So I think that really says it all. I thank you for listening to me this morning, and I really hope that the bus helps you in implementing the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities as you move forward, because accessibility and transportation is a key component of meeting those things that the government of Dominica have signed up for. So thank you very much, everybody.